Say hello, Pops.
Hello, Pops.
Okay. Behave, this is for YouTube, darling. And
oh, good morning, YouTubers.
you know I like it here.
Educating the army.
Educating the army, so the Navy Educating Army. Right, so it's 26th of May?
Yeah,
26th of May, and the sunny weather is done. We're gone, it's finished. It's all done and dusted. So we're at the allotment. We're all having a little bit. Because it's wet, we're limited to what we can do. So we're out at the moment. We've done a little bit in a polytunnel. JC's on a mission. JC, what are you doing, JC?
Replanting the French beans.
Replanting the French beans. How do you know they're French? No, it's not a funny matter, mate. This is serious. This is educating the youth. They watch this YouTube channel and they expect to be educated by the most experienced people on the planet. People of your generation.
It says French beans on the bloody label.
There you go, there's your education. So these are French beans, so if they haven't got a label, they're what?
Plants.
There you go, you've been educated. Not much education, but educated nevertheless. So what am I doing this one for? What was this for? Cabbages or something, wasn't it?
I was doing that.
I'm doing that. You said I had to turn...
Well, you don't know what you were doing it for.
No, you said I had to turn soil over because we're going to be planting.
I didn't say anything of the kind.
Oh, plausible deniability. I'm going to record everything. I'm going to get a camera on me.
Yeah, do it.
So as you can see, the weeds are, yeah, being weeds. Taking over the planet and everything else. With the rain and everything, we're limited to what we can do. But the tatties are doing really well. I think we're going to cover them up now. I think we're going to cover them all up and then give them that little bit of growth to really spoot up and everything else. Strawberries are doing well. I think we actually had a strawberry. Let me have a look. Here we are in the botanical jungle, and this is not a strawberry, it's just a leaf. There you go. So it looks like a strawberry, but it's not quite a strawberry. There's the strawberries, look. There they are, all beautiful, coming through nicely and everything else. It's the first time we've done this, so this is for us new and an experiment. So we're looking forward to this happening. So they're all doing very well, they're all coming out very strong. Len's got a new toy. Len's learning to drive. This is the best I've seen you drive, mate, to be honest.
Hey, mate, it works, look.
Go on then.
Hang on a minute, here you go.
Yep, exactly like you're driving, to be honest. I have followed you before. This is why you don't get in a car with this man. Never get in a car with a green jacket, isn't that right, mate?
I'm happy.
So we cater for all ages, even the children. Oh no. So yeah, absolutely mad. Never a dull moment here, I tell you. So, been in here and the tomatoes are coming out really, really well. We've got this. We've got this. If you know what this is, please tell us. If there's something we can do to prevent this from happening. Is it too much watering, not enough watering? Is it it's not blight, is it? It's not blight. And like that, don't worry about that brown stuff. That's because I was weeding this bit and there's a load of dirt and everything else. Just like this bad boy here. Look. Just give him a quick clean. Yeah, later maybe. So if you know what that is, please tell us and give us advice on what we're supposed to do on that one. That'd be really appreciated. Cabbages are coming out really well. Now, normally when we have cabbages, they're all munched up. They're not. They're not. There's a little bit there, but I'm going to check all the leaves. I'm going to check around it and see where these guys are and get rid of them. But we're doing all right this year for cabbages, so we're not doing too bad. This is where the French beans were. We know they were French beans because they were labelled. They're not labelled anymore, so now they're just plants. So this was a thing that we saw on TikTok and we saw it on YouTube and everything else, was that slugs and everything don't like the sharp eggshells. So we've done that this year to see how we can keep them off our plants. And so far, it's worked a treat. Might be a little bit gap over there, look. They might be taking advantage of that, so I'm going to fill that up in a minute. That's not too bad. Cabbages again. Carrots are coming out really, really well. Tomatoes we've now done. It's not wet enough in here, Pops, but yeah, nice try. Cheers for that, mate. Every time. Every time. It's going to get boring, you know.
It wasn't me.
For a change. So tomatoes were a bit slumped and on the floor and everything else. You had the bits that were in here, so you get little bits that are in there and you have to break them off. So I'm teaching the veterans that they have to do that and everything. So we've got them all braced up with our little pegs and everything, so they're still good. Garlic's still there, so that seems to be working its treat. So we're finding natural plant deterrents from slugs, snails and all that kind of malarkey. So, and it seems to be working so far, so I'm really happy with that. The boys are happy with that and everything else. So yeah, we're doing pretty well. So yeah, and all it is now is the weeds. The weeds are everywhere. They really are. JT, of the subject that we had this morning.
Religion.
Basically. So we had a bit, and then we went into politics, didn't we? And we had to stop the conversation completely.
And then the fight started.
And then we've just been released from the police.
Case comes up on Monday.
Yeah. So we've done that. So we've got a load of wood in the back of my car that's got to come out. The rhubarb. The boys are taking some rhubarb today. What else we've got? What else we got, Len? What else we got? Mushrooms. We've got. You've already said hi. You were playing a game. You remember? It was about 2 minutes ago. It's all right. Do you know where you are? Have you been to the toilet?
No.
All right. We'll just stand there for a while. It'll happen.
I'll wet my pants.
You can't take them anywhere. We got. Are these magic mushrooms?
Yes.
Pops,
Yeah.
get the frying pan on. We'll have some of these mushrooms. We'll see what happens. Woo! Yeah, of course you are. All mushrooms are edible, is that right? Yeah, don't get educated by Pops. So yeah, so we're limited to what we can do today due to the weather. Len's little kite thing, is that doing the job, Len?
Yeah.
It is doing the job. You like that, don't you?
Yeah, it certainly is.
Keeping the pigeons away and it's flying away. So what was that for?
It's keep the big dicky birds away, the pigeons and the like.
Yeah.
And it works perfect.
It works perfectly, and it's harmless on the birds, so the birds don't get harmed and our plants grow. Are you happy with your decision?
I'm not so frightened of it, but the bigger birds are.
The bigger ones are.
Yeah, and it's the bigger ones that cause all the damage.
Yeah, we've had that a few times, haven't we? And we've had to put nets and everything over these makeshift nets.
There's the nets, look.
Yeah, they're all down there. Let's have a look. See what it. So that's the nets that we used to put on them. Here we look like. Our deterrents are working at the moment, aren't they? Our natural deterrents. So we're not using pesticides or killers.
Keep people away.
Oh God, I'll give up. You know, my therapist said. My therapist. So yeah, lots of cabbages and everything else. The onions are coming through. Our wild garden. Let's have a look at our wild garden. Obviously, it doesn't help with the weeds and everything else, but we wanted to make sure that the bees and everything. So yeah, there's still flowers in there. There's still flowers in there. The trees are doing good. So we're all good. Yeah, so the subject this morning was faith. Something I've been questioning quite a lot. And something I brought up with these guys because I felt like it was a safe space with the boys. And it actually was. And we questioned our faith. Now, there seems to be a mutual agreement that there is some form of high power. But what the high power is comes down to the individual. Comes down to you. When people say, you see people walking around, they might be talking to themselves and stuff like that, but they're talking. To whom they're talking, it doesn't matter whether they're actually talking. And most people, like myself, I was talking about my predicaments, my situations, and I was asking questions. Most of the questions I already knew the answer to, but it was me saying it out loud that made it out loud. It was out there. It wasn't just in my head. It was out in the open, and it was said out loud, and I could hear it. And then after a while, with a lot of contemplation, I knew the answer myself, and then moved on from there. But yeah, don't be worried about talking about your faith and what you believe in. Everybody believes in something. Everybody believes in something different. We might deny it. I've denied it for years, but I believe there is something. To me, it helps me, and I am questioning more of my faith to see where it's going, where it will go, if it will get bigger, if it will get stronger, or if it will stay exactly where it is. But it makes me feel better. It makes me want to be a better person. And that's what these guys said in there. It makes them want to be a better person. It makes them want to do good. And that is amazing. So there is goods to faith. There is goods to your own beliefs. It's how you want to translate that and how deep you want to go into your own faith. So don't be scared, don't be frightened. Openly talk about it. But people will feel uncomfortable about it as well. So show respect with them. If they don't want to talk about it, don't. Just let them know that you're there.